Hey, what's up? Welcome back. This is week 5 of the 2016-2017 college football season. Last week, I went 2-1 again, so another winning week. Let me just go off on a little bit of maybe a thought here. I don't know if it's a rant or a thought. I think over time, the more you do this, you're going to start to understand coaches, and you're going to start to understand how they maybe go about wins in a blowout. So when their team is just so much better, how they handle that. Alabama is one of those teams that never really lets off the gas pedal, and they just kind of slowly grind them down, but they continue to grind them down. They don't generally ease off too often. They might pull their starters, but they're still going to be competing harder as a team, it seems. And this last week, I got a little upset with Ohio, and that was the game I lost. They were minus 30, and in the second quarter, when they were up by, I think at this point they were up by 3 scores, but it was only in the second quarter. At one point they were only up by 2 scores. They pulled their starting quarterback, who was doing very well, and they kind of just eased, and they were very content being up 2-3 scores the whole game. They were kind of sitting at that 23, they were minus 30, and so I was getting very frustrated at the fact that they didn't want to keep scoring. And they ran the clock out, took out their big playmakers, tried new things, and those are things that you kind of got to be aware of over time. So I learned a lesson. I'm probably not going to bet Ohio in a big point spread again. I found the same with Oregon. I don't take Oregon very often. They're not that great this year, but I don't take Oregon in big spreads because they kind of fold up shop at the end of the game when they're winning. So that was kind of my little rant there. The other 2 games hit overs fairly easily, so I was happy with 2-1 last week. This week I'm going to stay with Western Michigan. They play Central Michigan, 2 really good offenses. I'm going to go over at 55.5. I think that's extremely likely to hit. Western Michigan just puts up points, and they kind of put it on Georgia Southern last week. And Georgia Southern scored 2. It's a great offense to look for overs. It's set at 55.5. I think they have one of those offenses that would warrant a 60-65 overs. But in Central Michigan, they've shown up as well this year, beating Oklahoma State in Stillwater. Awesome, both really good playmakers on both teams on the offensive side of the ball. So Western Michigan, Central Michigan over 55.5. Next one is going to be Louisville Clemson over 67. I don't generally like to take the bets that are just like, oh, of course, like how would they not? Like they're both going to score 50 points. And that's what it looks like here, but Louisville has impressed the crap out of me with their offense and how it doesn't almost matter. It seems like it hasn't mattered who they play. They're going to put up a lot of points. Clemson, obviously one of the best teams in the nation. And so that's going to be a super competitive game. The line is favoring Louisville, and so I think by 1 or 2 points. I'm going to go over at 67. I need to see something different from Louisville or Clemson Clemson has had some okay games, but Louisville could hit that themselves if they keep doing what they're doing. So I like Louisville, Clemson over 67. And my last one is going to be Missouri plus 13. They go to LSU. As we all know, or hopefully you should know, Les Miles was just fired after their game against their game against Auburn, which they lost. LSU's just not that good this year. They barely beat Mississippi State at home by 3. Mississippi State's not very good. Their only real win was against Jacksonville State, and they won by 21. That was their only big win, and Jacksonville State's not very good. Lost to Wisconsin, lost to Auburn. So I'm going to go, I don't think they could win, but I don't see them covering that 13. Missouri's not terrific this year either, but I think 13 points in a game like this with Les Miles being fired, that team needs to find an identity still. I like 13 points there comfortably. For week 5, I think that's going to wrap it up. Our whole group on Moneyline Monday here has been doing very well. I think everyone, all 6 of the 8 had a winning week last week. We'll get some of those other guys on here so you're not listening to me this whole time. Take care. Happy betting. May the odds be ever in your favor.